Joho Leute und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Iris. Wir haben uns gerade aufgemacht in die Mine und sind ein paar gefährlichen Wildschweinen begegnet und jo, lasst uns mal sehen, was da so passiert. Aliya and I shift into a battle stance, lifting our weapons to prepare for combat. Next to me, Kylan slides his dagger out of his hiding place, while Lyle mumbles quietly as they cast protective enchantments on us. Lyle, get ready. On it. A second later, the first half of the pack of boars erupts into flames while fire continues to rain from their ceiling. Confused and enraged by the attack, they begin to lose formation, staggering and bumping into each other. Using the opening that Lyle's spell has given us, we charge towards the boys, slashing and deflecting blows with our swords. Teddy also joins the fight, swiping left and right with her paws, occasionally letting out growls of satisfaction when she manages to take down an enemy. Achso, es ist doch gesagt, dass sie eine sie ist, Teddy. Und ich habe gerade über das Gesicht gelacht. Das ist einfach, die anderen gucken so, ja, weiß ich nicht, leicht erschrocken oder so. Und aber halt noch relativ normal und Teddy einfach so richtig aggro. Naja. With adrenaline pumping through my veins and my defeating heartbeat pounding in my ear, I throw myself deeper into battle, barely feeling the pain when a boar manages to draw blood with its tusks. With Lyle, Aliya and I chaining combination skills one after another, the enemy fall one by one, disappearing into a puff of smoke, till they are only a handful of the toughest ones left. I'm so focused on the creature in front of me that I almost didn't notice a stray boar creeping up on Kylan, who is doubled over in the back, trying to catch his breath. Kylan, look out! I try to disentangle from my battle, but the boar refuses to give up, rewarding my distraction with a long, angry scratch down my leg. I stumble back in pain, and a quick glance around confirms that everyone else is also locked in battle, unable to go to Kylan's rescue. Kylan! Finally hearing my warning shout, he lifts his head and turns around, just in time to see the boar about to launch an attack at him. I can only watch in horror as the boar begins to charge, and Kylan rolls nimble to the side, half-heartedly deflecting and avoiding the attacks of the boar in front of me. I continued to watch with growing surprise and respect as Kylan almost casually sidesteps the boar's attacks one by one. In a swift movement, Kylan suddenly darts behind the boar, and with one step the creature returns to a puff of smoke, waiting to revive in a few hours when it gathers enough essence again. The boar I've been fighting collapsed to the ground with a squeal, and I look to the side to see Lyle casting a fireball in my direction, having finished taking care of the rest of the creatures in the room. Thanks, Lyle. Not like you to get distracted in battle. Brushing off the dirt on my armor, I gratefully hold out my leg as Lyle casts healing spell over my wounds. I thought Kylan was in trouble. Wanted to go to him to help. I'm fine. I might be retired, but I still remember a few things. I turn to look at Kylan, who looks slightly ruffled by none the worse of Weir. For Weir. That was pretty impressive. Very clean fight. Kylan smiles, returning his dagger into his hiding place. I got lucky. The attack patterns of these spores are still the same. If they had changed, I wouldn't have been able to predict the moves, and I'd definitely be in trouble. Attack patterns? Kylan shrugs, a small smile still lingering on his lips. Everyone has an attack pattern, including the corrupted creatures. You just have to analyze it to know how to use it against them. Huh? Is that so? Despite not fully believing his words, since I don't think I've ever developed a pattern on my attacking moves, I can't help but nod in newfound respect for him. Kylan must have been a good vassal. Pity he got injured and had to retire early. Iris could have used a strong soldier like him. Did you get the ingredient you need from the boar? Yes, just need a sample from the wolves next. He plucks out a peculiarly shaped glass bottle and swirls the red liquid in it around. I make a face at the blood, and Kylan laughs while pocketing the bottle again. You're a warrior, yet you have the reaction to a bit blood in a bottle? It's blood in a bottle. That's very different. Don't listen to her. She's squeamish. You should see the way she squeezes her eyes shut and turns the other way when Lyle tending to my wounds. That's not true. Oh yeah, so you're tilting your body as far away from Kylan right now as absolutely nothing to do with the bottle of blood in his hands? Yes, definitively. Furia rolls her eyes with a giggle. Even Kylan chortles to himself, much to my embarrassment. You're fooling no one, Aliya. The sound of someone clearing their throat interrupts us. I look up to see Lyle tipping her head towards a different tunnel, having just finished the healing Teddys wounds. Ich glaube, da habe ich wieder irgendein Wort eingeworfen, was nicht da stand, aber das werdet ihr ja gemerkt haben. Schlimm ist das mit mir. We should probably move on if we want to clear this dungeon before they revive. Don't want to deal with these again on our way out. Grinning in excitement, Iveria can hardly keep herself from bouncing on the balls of her feet, stroking her beloved weapon, wie auch immer. I wouldn't mind. Laurel doesn't even bother to reply, merrily shaking their head with a laugh and heading for the next tunnel. We continue going deeper and deeper into the mines, almost getting lost a couple of times, thanks to the almost identical tunnels and rooms. Eventually, we decide to take a small break to replenish our energy and for Lyle to perform more healing spells on us. We settle in a small corner of a room, nibbling at our bread. Ja, ich glaube, ich werde mir mal eben was zu trinken holen, weil irgendwie meine Stimme / mein Hals gerade abkackt und ich ja wie gesagt lieber längere Aufnahmesessions mache, damit mein Englisch wenigstens halbwegs annehmbar ist. Von daher hoffe ich, wir sehen uns gleich mit etwas vernünftigerer Stimme wieder. Also bis gleich. So, da bin ich wieder mit hoffentlich etwas zurückgekehrter Stimme. Ja, also wir waren gerade dabei, Pause zu machen, aber das habt ihr ja gerade eben erst gesehen, also weiß ich nicht, wieso ich das nochmal erwähne. Ja, nibbling at our bread. Surprisingly, instead of the chatty Iveria, Lyle is the one who speaks up first. And perhaps even more surprisingly, their words are directed to Kylan, out of all of us. Ihr versteht mich, oder so, oder ihr lest mit. Ist auch okay. So, Kylan, is it? Aliya said you're a retired vassal. Yes, shoulder injury. I can't really fight like I used to. Where do you come from? What do you mean? I know you aren't from around here. Where did you live before moving to this town? Realizing Lyle's intention to interrogate Kylan, I nudged them in the side, giving a discreet shake of my head, but they just give me an innocent smile. I came from somewhere far away. You wouldn't have heard of it. Really? You should mention it anyway. I read a lot of ancient and foreign scrolls while studying magic, so I might have heard of it. Well, it's in a different language. He mumbles a word with an obscene amount of syllables, and I have to stifle a giggle at Lyle's expression. Ed. You're right, never heard of it. Yeah, I thought that'd be the case. Silence falls over us, somewhat awkward and uncomfortable, but after a minute Lyle speaks again, a determined glint in his eyes. Why did you come here then, if your hometown is so far away? Kylan hesitates, and I quickly swallow the food in my mouth before returning to him in curiosity. I'd like to know too. Did you come here alone? Why would you make such an arduous journey to a faraway land on your own? Kylan meets my eyes for a brief moment before looking away. Well, I'm an innovator, you see. They call me scientist. I believe in new ideas, new creations, and new theories. I wanted to explore the unknown, go further than anyone else has. I succeeded and ended up here. Fascinated, I lean in closer, propping my chin up on my head. I pretend not to notice the way Lyle has narrowed their eyes in suspicion, staring at Kylan as though they can read his mind through sheer willpower alone. Mother of souls, that's incredible. You have taken a lot of faith and determination. Did you just accidentally blow up a city with your new creations and end up here while on the run from the authorities? Kylan chuckles at Iveria's remark, shaking his head. Nothing as exciting as that, unfortunately. It was a spur of the moment decision. I just packed up everything and decided to leave. Really? Iveria's lips curl up into a mischievous smile, and she winks at me before replying to Kylan. Guess you're an impulsive idiot like Aliya, and here I thought you're the only one here with a brain. Hey! I toss my bag at Iveria, who catches it deftly with a laugh, before returning back to Kylan with a smile. That sounds like quite an adventure. Did you leave anyone behind? Kylan hesitates again, but then gives a small shake of his head. I see. But do you still miss it, your homeland? Kylan pauses, his lower lips disappearing between his teeth. A surprisingly uncertain gesture from this usually self-assured man. Yes, I do. I want to go home one day. I'm actually working on a way to get back. Really? Why? Don't you like it here? And you said you didn't leave anyone behind, right? I don't know. It's my home. I see. I duck my head, suddenly recalling the homesickness I used to feel when I was fresh recruit. Keine Ahnung, wie man es aussprechen soll. Despite knowing full well that I can never return to my village. Right, I can understand that. Okay, ich würde sagen, wir verschieben Kylans Verhör auf die nächste Folge, weil die hier ist jetzt leider zu Ende. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß und ja, euch hat die Folge gefallen. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dann und tschüss.